Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to give you a pretty thorough overview in regards to this case here. It is a tragic case. It does involve the beating and the death of a 37-year-old man. His name is Tiburcio Castillo. Hopefully I've pronounced his name correctly. He's also affectionately known as Tibo, and he's died on Tuesday after spending 13 days in a coma after he was attacked by five men on June the 28th. So he was beaten whilst on his way home. So he worked for a Manhattan restaurant. He worked for a Manhattan restaurant, and he was robbed and viciously beaten by five men in the South Bronx area. On this bridge here, the Willis Avenue Bridge, which has got a very bad reputation for attacks. So he worked at this restaurant, if I pronounce it correctly, 14. So as you've seen, there is also a GoFundMe for Tiburcio Castillo. There will be a link in the description for this as well. That's to cover his related costs. And it's an opportunity for people to show their respect. If you have the available funds, if you feel this is an appropriate cause or such, then perhaps that's an opportunity to donate. He's got the fund has raised a good amount, 56,000, 57,000 nearly. They've still got a little bit to go to get to their goal, but you may feel that it's worthy of a donation if you're in the position to do so. Of course, you may not be. So I'm going to go through the details more closely at this point. If you do appreciate the coverage of this topic, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. So as we see here, Tiburcio Castillo, 37 years of age, known as Tibo, died on Tuesday after he was beaten into a coma and had spent 13 days on life support. The actual attack happened June the 28th on the bridge that we've shown you, the Willis Avenue Bridge, which has been known to be one of the most dangerous areas of the city of New York, and it's a part of the Bronx. So apparently there are a lot of assaults and a lot of robberies committed regularly. In fact, this article seems to be stating that it's very much considered a no-go zone, best to avoid this kind of area. But he was on his way home, he's got to do what he's got to do. So he was riding his e-bike. He's got an electric bike. I guess that's what we see in the background there. He's got an electric bike. He was going home. He lives in South Bronx. He had finished working for the evening as a food runner and a busboy for the restaurant that we saw, 14. So he finished working, doing a hard night's work. So he's going home, and he gets attacked by five men who robbed him, they beat him, they brutally murdered him. The family didn't know what had happened, but he didn't turn up to work the following day. So the family did what they could to find out what had happened to Tibo. They found that he had been checked in, or whatever the correct term is, taken to Lincoln Hospital in the Bronx. They were informed that he was fighting for his life, that he was on life support in a coma, and tragically he has passed away on Tuesday. The article tells us a little bit about Tibo. He was a beautiful, beautiful person. He always had a smile on his face. He never complained. He worked here at the restaurant 6 nights a week by choice, and he would send money to his family in Mexico. So he was a hard-working family man, making a lot of sacrifices, working very hard to do what he could to support his family overseas. The article tells us that nobody has been caught. There's no suspects that have been caught. 2 teens were arrested or detained, but they were later released. So unfortunately, tragically, at this point in time, given that This incident happened close to a month ago now. The police seemingly have no leads. They're at a dead end, seemingly. So perhaps these 5 attackers that beat Tibo to death, perhaps they're going to get away with it. Let's hope not. So, of course, full condolences to Tibo's family and friends, of course. He seems to be very much a community member. You know, his co-workers and such will be heartbroken to learn of his death. So full condolences. Again, there is a GoFundMe, and we just hope that the investigators are able to get some leads, that they are able to somehow make some progress, so that Tibo can get some level of justice, and also so that the area, the community of South Bronx are able to improve their living standards, you know, not have to live in fear of trying to get home and being attacked, beaten and murdered. So again, you know, we just hope that New York City Mayor Eric Adams is able to step up to the plate, and it's not an easy task for him. It's not an easy task, but we hope that he is able to implement some new strategies which will make improvements and lessen the violent crime that's occurring seemingly all over New York City, but from what we hear, particularly in South Bronx. So I'm going to wrap things up at this point, guys. If I've done a half decent job, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit, and take care.